Let's check. Hi,
Hi,
how
Deana.
are you guys?
Oh my gosh.
So I wanted to come live today so that I can share my meal prepping. A lot of people have been asking me like, what do I do? And I said, let me try to go live. So I'm live on Zoom and I'm live on Instagram. And I'm going to see how it works. Okay. So one thing I just want to focus on is that when we're looking at our fruits and vegetables, if you could see here, I pre-cut everything, but I wanted to show you what I usually have. So I have my red, orange, and yellow peppers. And a lot of times I'll have either a red onion or a yellow onion. So you can pick whichever one you like. And then I always have my sweet potatoes right here. So that's what this is. And I just kept it in the basket so you can see. The one thing that I am going to try and make room for is because I don't know if you guys have heard about a tower garden that actually has where you can get your own vegetables and fruits. And I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I really want to focus on getting my own so that therefore I know what's on them. I know that there's no pesticides. But for me, what I normally do is, because if you see this machine right here, this is my alkaline water system machine. It allows me to rinse off all my vegetables. So it'll go from a pH of 2.5 all the way to a pH of 11. So then therefore you'll know what you're drinking too. So keep that in mind. All right. And I want to read just a couple of benefits of what the vegetables are. So I took notes because I didn't want to miss anything. So for your red, orange, and yellow bell peppers, they're full of great health benefits. Vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, and they also can help with the fiber, folate, and iron. So keep that in mind too. I do the sweet potatoes because they're a great source of fiber, vitamins, and minerals, but they also can promote gut health, support health vision, and then support your immune system. So keep that in mind. When it comes to some of the benefits for sweet potatoes, it can help manage stress and anxiety. I know when I was going through a lot of my stress and anxiety, I started having more sweet potatoes to kind of help. So therefore, you won't always have to go with the medicine first. Try to research your food so you can see exactly what you're getting. Okay. When it comes to the onions, I didn't used to like onions because I don't know why. I didn't like the taste. I didn't like the flavor. I just didn't like it. But when you start researching, you try to figure out exactly what onions are for. So they're antioxidants. They fight inflammation. So if you have arthritis or anything like that, you might want to grab some onions and cook them or steam them or however you want to do. It decreases triglycerides and it reduces cholesterol levels. So for all of you with the high cholesterol, keep that in mind. And just the whole anti-inflammatory process what the onions actually have. And then I'm also going to use coconut oil. The benefits of coconut oil is to improve your cognitive function, your brain, improves the metabolism, and it actually helps with hair and skin health. So keep that in mind. So I wanted to share all that with you, the reason why I use the vegetables that I use. So therefore, you can pick any one you want. But for me, I do suffer from a little bit of arthritis that I'm working on. So I make sure that I can do that. Meal prepping can be extremely hard for certain people. I've gotten it down to like a science, but I still don't do it every week. So you don't see me popping on. I go maybe once a month or something like that. So keep in mind that if you're going to do it, try to figure out a way that you can be consistent and it doesn't take that long. So I already prepped, as you can see here, I'll bring it closer. I already prepped all of my vegetables for you. So I have the red, yellow, orange peppers, I have the purple onions, and I have my sweet potatoes. And this is exactly how I set up everything. So normally when I show you pictures or show you a video, I normally would have like all of it right at one point, and then the next time I'll show the cut, and then I'll show it being putting in the pan. So that's just the different steps, but I wanted to share with you with this, okay? And then what I also do is, because I mentioned the coconut oil, I always get the solid one. I put everything here so I wouldn't miss anything. So I always have the solid one, and then I'll put it in the oven for a little bit for it to liquefy. Because I know a lot of times people want to cook with olive oil, but keep in mind that when you cook with olive oil, you take away some of the benefits because it shouldn't be heated. So that's another thing that you have to keep in mind. A lot of people like it. You can do it for the flavor, but keep in mind then you've lost the benefits of olive oil. So I will sprinkle a little bit of olive oil on the top of it, but I normally put more on it once I'm eating it, okay? So when I put it on here, I always try to put it the way that I cut it. I don't know why. So we've got the red peppers. And then I put the orange peppers and then my yellow peppers. I kind of like do it because I just love to see it in a decorative way. Oh, I've already preheated my oven to 400. Sometimes people will do 375 to 400. It depends on how you like it and if you like it crunchy or not. I like mine a little bit crunchy as opposed to a little soggy. So it all depends on what you like. The onions, as I do this, I'll kind of separate them. Some people like to cook them the way they are, but I just separate them so that for me, it helps with the flavor of the sweet potatoes. And what I do, I'm gonna come over here so you guys can see. What I normally do is I would put the sweet potatoes next to the onions, because to me, that gives the flavor. Other people may think of different things, but can you see this? Yeah, let me move it back over here. I'm trying to play with two things. I got an iPad going on and then I got the phone going on. So when I put my sweet potatoes here, over here, and believe it or not, this is one sweet potato. So a lot of times people will cut up way more. Keep in mind, whatever your pan will cover is what you would want to do, because you want to have them all at the same time. I normally put in here, I put this on before, it's called roasted vegetable veggies and fries. This is a very, very good seasoning. I'll put it up so you can see it close. I really like it. I used to be able to find it in the stores, Mariano's. Now I can't. I guess everybody's been onto it, the gourmet collection. So I literally have to order it from Amazon, and I order like 4 at a time just so I can have it. So what I do is I just lightly sprinkle, and it all depends on how you want to put it on there. Some people like a lot of seasoning. I actually like the flavor of the vegetables that come through. So I just put a light amount on there, and then that's all I put on there. So I'll normally put my black pepper and my sea salt. So the difference in the salt, keep in mind when you're putting it on there, you do have some sodium in your foods already. So for those that are suffering from high blood pressure, keep that in mind, that sometimes you don't really have to add that much salt. But for me, I know personally that my blood pressure is really low. So when I say low, my blood pressure is normally 80/60. So it's low. They call me an athlete. Don't ask me why. But I actually just went to the doctor. And another thing too, so when you go to the doctor, and say the nurse does your blood pressure, and she gets a higher number. And then when the doctor comes in, the doctor will actually follow up with that. So keep in mind, because sometimes you might have that, what they call a white coat syndrome, where you're nervous or you get anxious when you're at the doctor's office. So your blood pressure could be high at one point. And then when the doctor comes in, you've kind of settled your nerve, you're resting. And then just, if it's too high for you, just say, can you retake it? Which is what my doctor did, because the nurse got 100/80. And I was like, that's kind of high. And so then when he took it, he got 80/60. So it was a big difference. So just keep that in mind. So with the salt, I'm just going to add a little bit of sea salt for my taste. And when I say, normally sometimes when you're first starting off with this, you can literally measure how much you want. But because I've done this so much, I know exactly how much to put on there. So just FYI. And then last but not least, I normally do my olive oil, just a little bit, because like I told you, I do it more so for the taste, because if you do it for the benefits, you've lost the benefits once you heat it up, okay? And then, so all I'm gonna do is put that in the oven. It'll go in the oven, depends. I go 45 minutes. Some people can go longer. Again, it depends on how you want it to look and how you want it to taste. And keep in mind, you've got so many different things going on. You got your peppers, you got your onions, you got your sweet potatoes. My sweet potatoes, normally I want them a little crunchy. So I'll make sure I kind of flip them over a little bit. But keep in mind, then that means your peppers may be a little scorched. So you might want to come and lift them out and put them in the pan and put them off to the side and then cook the other ones additional, if that's what you like. So that's exactly how I prep. But what I want to really focus on too is that I know that can be a lot. That literally took me, a few minutes to go through, but it took me about 30 minutes to cut up everything and get everything together, get everything. So I keep it rinsed with my alkaline water, and I want to make sure that it's clean, okay? But you see my background, I got some Juice Plus back here. I actually love the Juice Plus because, like I said, I'm not consistent with my meal prepping like I should. And a lot of times people will be like, oh, I don't want to take a capsule. And I had gotten to that point. So now I actually converted over to the chewables. So it comes in, I call them red, yellow, and purple, is the berry, the fruit, and the vegetable blend. And you get like 30 different vegetables in this. So that if you decide that you don't want to meal prep consistently, then you want to make sure that you're getting something and you're making sure that your body is healthy. Because especially with all the things going on with the flus, with the COVID, and just being mindful of our health. I just saw on the news that Tracy Braxton just passed away. She had esophageal cancer. She battled it for a year. She got treated for a year. I don't know how long she battled it. But just keep in mind, guys, she was only 50. So people are passing away at such a young age. And we want to make sure that we keep our health. And we make sure that when you do that, you have to flood your bodies with fruits and vegetables. And whether you meal prep or you get it through Juice Plus, if you know someone that sells Juice Plus, reach out to them and talk to them and make sure that you connect with them, because at the end of the day, I gave you a little bit of benefits of what all of the ones that I eat do for me, the inflammation, the metabolism, the hair, the skin, anything that you want, you can literally research and you can find something that will benefit from you. I'm not saying don't take medicine. That's not what I'm saying, because I'm actually been in pharmaceuticals for over 28 years. Can't believe it. But what I'm saying is sometimes people don't want to take medicine, and that's okay, but do your research. Make sure that you know what you're eating and putting in your mouth, especially nowadays when we go to the store. If you don't get organic, then it's pesticides. Even with my organic, I try and clean it as much as possible. So definitely, guys, keep in mind. And then one last thing, I always focus on my water. So Dees Fit to Run is my non-for-profit organization that you have to have water, guys. If the one thing I say, if you're going to change and you only can afford one thing, flood your body with water, flush it out, and then afford the other things that you need. Like the fruits and vegetables, they're not that expensive when you go. Aldi's actually has an amazing fruit selection, fruit and vegetable. So if you guys have not shopped at Aldi's, give it a try, because you want to make sure that you do that. But if you want over 30 different fruits and vegetables in your body a day, I'm telling you, Juice Plus. A quick story about the Juice Plus. I started Juice Plus, I don't know how long it's been. It's been about a good 5 years, 6 years now. But I was having issues with my knees, and I wanted to be able to run my third marathon without having knee issues and knee problems. And I'm not trying to say that Juice Plus did it, but what I'm saying is when I added the fruits and vegetables into my body and was able to flush out the toxins, I was able to accomplish my third marathon. And that was just for me and what I wanted to do. So I just say research. Send me a DM, let me know what you need, because I'm live on Instagram. Send me anything that you need to send me to make sure. If you have questions, if you need help, if you want to join my walking group, Dees Fit to Run is a non-for-profit organization, and we actually walk. That's why my name is Power Walking Diva, because we walk, and we're starting up our new walking season for 2022, April 2nd. So if you're interested in that and you're in the Chicagoland area, we have 4 different locations. So let me know which one you're interested in. But I know I said a lot. The basics is make sure that you're focusing on your health and prepping. This is what meal prepping Sunday. And make sure that on Sundays, if Sunday is your Monday, whatever day it is, it's just Sunday is what works for me and allows me to get things done and focus on what I need to focus on. And if you have questions, please DM me. And once you see this Zoom, if anybody invited you to the Zoom, reach out to them and make sure that you're focusing on getting the vegetables that you need for your body and your health. Okay? Thank you for your time. I truly appreciate it, and I look forward to doing this again. Bye for now.
Thanks, Deana.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.